So, Cristi, thank you for joining me here today. And so we're going to talk about your values in particular. And so you have thought of 5 values, I think, that you could share with us. So would you mind
Yes,
sharing with us what the top 5 values are for you?
I don't mind at all. And thank you, Jen, for inviting me to be a part of this. I really, really enjoy it.
Cool.
So I was thinking about values and I came up with, of course, more than 5. And I would have to say my top value, which encompasses more than just one, is honesty. And honesty is something that's encompasses accountability for myself and others. It also encompasses integrity and commitment. So that is extremely important to me, in the fact that when somebody gives me their word or they make a commitment, they keep it, and their integrity with what they say.
Yeah.
I truly believe that once somebody gives you their word, that we are only as good as our word. And if you can't be honest enough to tell me the truth, then I really don't have any time for you in my life. I want to make sure that when I'm having communication with people, and it doesn't matter if it's a coworker or if it's a family member, if it's a friend, anybody, I want to make sure that they bring up who they are, their authentic self, and to truly be honest with me, whether they feel it's going to hurt my feelings or not, because then I know where I stand in any specific situation. So that's one that kind of encompasses many.
Yes, I like that. It really resonates with me too.
Yeah, you know, people, even just something as simple that says, oh, I'm going to meet you at 2 o'clock, and they haven't left their house until 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Have the common courtesy. And this actually folds over to respect. And there's so many underlying other values that can be put into this one.
Sure.
You know, call me and let me know that you're not on your way. So just own up to accountability, own up to what it is that you feel is what you're doing. You say what you mean what you say, and you do what you say.
Yeah.
The second one that is come to me is love and family. And that's kind of one. At this point I am in my life, I feel that love and self-love is so, so important, because without that, how do we present ourselves into the world? And when we have love for others as well as ourselves, we can create a family, whether it be somebody where it's biological or it's our friends. I truly believe that we all have so much love to give. Once we give it, when we start giving it, then we start to see it come back to us tenfold. And how important that is for us to just have great quality of life, have great happiness and joy in everything that we do. Because once we come from a place of love, you know, it's hard to go down. It's hard to once you hold yourself to that level, it's hard to think, how can I not be that full of love and emit love when I'm in the world? Confidence. Confidence is something that has gotten me through all of my life. I think I was born a very confident child. And even though there's parts of me that are very shy, and I didn't realize that until I got a little older in life, I've always put that bravado out there, that I am confident and that I can take the world and I can do whatever I set my mind out to do. And I feel that it has really allowed me to move into different things that I've done in my life. I have had a lot of businesses, and because I've had the confidence to say that I can do this, I can do this. And I heard a saying the other day, I don't like the word failure. I heard somebody say, I don't fail, I just do a lot of things that don't work out. And that's a lot of what I've done in my life.
Yeah.
They don't work out. So I just, instead of staying stuck exactly where I am, I just keep moving on. And it's like, okay, find confidence in something else, find confidence in something else. So that has served me really well in my life. In confidence and love and family comes happiness. And this is something that, since becoming a life coach and an energy healer, it's very important to me. Just as that love comes in from my heart, happiness, I feel that we all deserve to be happy. And regardless of our circumstances, we can all choose to be happy. We can all make a decision that that's something that's important enough to us, regardless of our circumstances. And it doesn't mean that I haven't gone through my share of life's struggles, uncomfortableness, and pain, but I have chosen to look at things in a different light and to create happiness for me. Wake up with a smile on my face. Regardless of the situation, I can either decide to have a really bad day, or I can decide to have a happy day. So I feel that that's a really important value to me and to what I am putting out into the world and what I'm teaching my clients as well. With that comes helpfulness. And this is a value that I, as a younger person, I never thought that I was that helpful person of service.
Okay.
But as I've looked at my life and I've started really paying attention to the values that I have, I really want people to be happy. I want to be able to give from love, from service, to have people have a happier life.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that I do it as a detriment to myself. Some people will give up their happiness to give somebody else happiness. I don't do that. I have found that what serves me best is to just go ahead and just give from my heart with love and family. And it's just very interesting how when I really started looking at all of the words, they are so interconnected with values. When you say the top 5, it was very difficult because there's so many that are intertwined. They all relate to one another.
Yeah.
So, and then empowerment was the last one that I chose, and that is empowering myself to live my best life by honesty, integrity, communication, love, family, confidence, happiness. It's all empowering myself to be the very best version I can at any moment of any day. And also, as I said before, doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I haven't had those obstacles in my life. I've just decided to skip over them or hang out with them for a little bit and then decide that it's time to move on and move into something else.
Wow.
So those are my more than 5 values.
You're more than 5 values, but clearly you're more than 5 that really kind of come together and work together, and actually that kind of honesty at the top there, and then the empowerment at the end, and you can see the journey between all of them kind of bringing them together, and actually the journey of yourself and coming to the career choice that you've made to be of service and embracing all of those as well. It's admirable.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an interesting road. It really has. But it is really important. Like I said, this is the first. I've heard of values before, but I've never really paid much attention. And over the last few months, I've been introduced to different areas, or people have come into my life that have talked about values. So when you asked me if I would be willing to do this, I want to thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
To actually say, okay, now I can put something to it and really realize how important it is to who I am and my makeup. And also realizing that my values are different from other people's values that are in my life. And how do we respect each other's values without getting angry or demeaning the person, or saying, you know, this is mine and this is yours and they don't work together. So how do we come into harmony?
Yes. And without compromising your own values also.
Correct. And learning how to go ahead and maneuver your values, stay strong in who you are, as well as integrate it with other people in your life.
Sure. Sure, fantastic. So that brings me very easily on to my next question, which was to ask you how you feel your values affect how you live your life.
I think that they're very important how I live my life. Once I realized what my values were, then I could take situations that come up in my life that I may feel uncomfortable about, or I'm thrown a curveball. My life is going around, I'm doing everything great, and then all of a sudden something comes up, and then I just get this pit in my stomach, and it's like, okay, what value is that challenging?
Yeah.
And how is it that I can bring that situation possibly back into my value?
Mm-hmm.
How I can look at it and kind of analyze it. What is being tipped off here?
Yeah.
What is not resonating with me? So bringing that, so it's once I became aware of the values that I have, it was a lot easier for me to breathe and then realize how to deal with a specific situation that's come into my life and how it shows up.
Wow, fantastic. It's so great to hear this, because these are the things that I think and feel, and actually hearing you and hearing how they really do impact on your life as well. It's pretty great. So yeah, thank you. So I've already asked that one. So would you say that your values fit into a life purpose for you?
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have, at this point in my life where I have chosen to get into the service industry and to help people, I do feel that it's important, that it does fit in. Now it fits into my life purpose. And if I was to go back over the years and look at my life purpose then, they probably all do fit in, because I would have to say honesty, integrity, accountability, and commitment have always, always, always been a trigger for me.
Yeah.
Always. I can recall over the years, many times it's like, oh, how can that be? How is it somebody cannot have integrity in their word, and people that don't tell the truth? So it's just figuring out what my values are and looking at them in a different light has just solidified part of who I am. And putting all of those together has brought me into this life purpose that I honestly had no idea many years ago that this is where I was going to end up. But looking back, it all made so much sense. Yeah. So if I had known these things earlier, would it have made a difference into my life journey? I don't know. But I am here where I am now.
Yeah.
And these are the things that I know, and this is what I do.
Yeah, fantastic. Cristi, that's been great. I've loved hearing about your values and how they impact on your life. So
Thank you.
In case there is anybody out there that is thinking that, they're wondering what you do, or wondering if they could maybe work with yourself, or they've heard of you before, can you tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
Okay, so my name is Cristi Alonso, and I am the founder of a company called Project Mindful. I'm located in the United States, and I am a certified life coach as well as a certified bioenergetic healer. And what my purpose is to do is to help people. Actually, my tagline is, a journey to wellness. I can't even remember. A journey to wellness within. Part of the values and part of what I do is work with people to help them find their happiness, what is important to them, and how to go ahead and show up into the world at their most authentic self. We have challenges in our life. How do we move on, not get over, move through? How do we find our authentic selves and become the happiest person we can in spite of our circumstances? Because we all have things that we have to go through. So that's what I do, and it's become my passion, and I'm so passionate about it, and I could speak for hours about what I do, but that's not why we're here. So that is who I am.
Thank you.
Somebody needs to look for me, just can look up Project Mindful. It's FULL, because we want to fill up your mind, body, and soul. So that's how we came up with the name.
Well, it's a great name, and I can really feel your passion for it coming through as well. Fantastic. Yes. Cristi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to have this conversation with me today.
You're quite welcome, and thank you for inviting me, Jen.